Hello. I want you to like this page and share it. Like this page and share it, especially friends of yours that are positive or people who have a story they want to tell and they want to get coaching on how to tell that story. There are a lot of events going on now promoting the fact that your ability to present yourself and your ability to tell a story is your superpower. And that's real, that's major. And so my goal is and why I want you to like this page and share it. I'm having a training on May the 31st and June the 1st and June the 2nd, and only 30 people. Okay. And the reason why I like doing Zooms, I love doing Zoom calls, but there's something different about being in the room, not with 500 people or 700 people or 1,000 people, but intimate. So that, and this is in this, and let me clarify this. This is only for people who want to learn how to tell a story like me. I'm going to show you how I do it. And so if there's something about the intimacy of being together in a small group for 3 days. In fact, you can go to lesbrown.com, and it's about speaking with power and passion. And and there's no one, and everyone in the industry will tell you who's training people right now. When I became involved in the industry, if you wanted to help people, the first thing people would tell you is that you ought to be a preacher. Okay. There was no such thing as somebody that looked like me doing motivational speaking. And so let me move this chair up a little bit here. And so I went to an event, and I was the only African American there. And it just dawned on me. I said, wait a minute. These people have never been enslaved. They're in a system created by them for them with access. If they need motivation, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking, Robert Schuller, and he wrote Possibility Thinking, Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top, Tony Robbins, Personal Power. If they need that, what do people need who are struggling and making it against the odds? Who like me have the complexion of rejection as opposed to the complexion of connection. And so at this stage of my life, I'm 79. This picture here, you see my twin brother and I heard Tony Robbins say the other day, I came from nothing. You came from an infomercial. What you talking about? We were poor, not POOR. My twin brother and I, Wesley, they're eating sugar cane. Okay. We were poor, but we didn't know it. And so I want to share with people, not with everybody, that is serious. I'm 79. Something Dr. Miles Monroe said to me. He said, Les Brown, and he was one of the most noted and gifted mentees of mine because I taught him how to adjust his language from speaking to the religious community, which represents 15% of the population, to being able to have a languaging style that speaks to the 15% and the 85%. And he gave me some good advice. He says, there's no success without successors. That's real. And so at this time, my goal is to work with people who are serious, who want to make a difference and make an impact. I'm not everybody's flavor. Now, the majority of this speaking training that's taking place out here. They have large groups and they're teaching people how to speak to sell. That's good. Let me tell you what I do. I want you to speak to serve. And when you do that, you develop the credibility with a signature message that you will be able to work for the people that I've spoken for: AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric, IBM, Xerox. I've spoken to all types of groups and organizations. And so now I live in Atlanta, and just 45 minutes from my birth family, you know, I'm adopted, and if you go online and put in Les Brown's 2021 surprise, you'll see I saw a picture of my birth mother and father for the first time. It's been quite an experience, and meeting two brothers I did not know I had, and cousins and nieces and nephews. It's jaw-dropping. This thing called life. You just never know what's going to happen next. Remember, I like Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That is so real. Yes. And so if that's you, if you got a story, you want to learn how to tell that story, and there's this number on the screen. Why? It's intimate, and we're going to screen people. We're going to vet you. I don't want everybody. We got to find out if it's a good fit. And so if you have an interest, call this number, 954-464-6537. That's Dr. Valerie Parker. And so at this stage, it's fascinating, this journey that I've been on. It's exciting. And the people that are going to be in this intense training that I'm doing, 3 days with just a maximum of 30 people, you will learn how to identify, and we will extract your signature message. This is hands-on. I will teach you how to deliver it. It's intense, and it's going to make you stretch. And I'm going to share with you how I made my first million in 3 years. And this is before Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and all the other platforms. I want you to look at something. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, I'm Les Brown. You know, February is my birthday month, and I celebrate all month. I've decided that I'm going to do an in-person event at the Marriott World Center in Orlando. Now, I want you to go to lesbrown.com now and get your tickets. It's going to be an experience where we're going to teach you how to master the mic, how to. Now, that was that. You know that you can tell that's an old Les Brown thing, right? I didn't want to do this. This would happen when you 79. You got to put where my Walgreens? Let me put my Walgreens on. Let me put my Walgreens on. This is one that I did. And don't worry about the date, but I just want you to get a feel for what it's going to be. We make decisions, and our decisions make us. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. When I look at this picture with my brother and I, born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City, and I was labeled educable mental retarded. They called me DT, the dumb twin. No one could have told me, by investing in myself and learning how to communicate, how to present myself, how to speak to one-on-one or small groups or large audiences, that it would dramatically change my life. I'm 77 now, and I'm looking for people who are serious about becoming successful, about becoming a category king, on how to tell their story about themselves or about their business, or how to monetize their dreams and make a difference on the planet. If that's you, I want you to reach out to me. I'm going to teach you how to tell your story, how to use quotes, how to use humor, how to make people laugh and feel good and cry in their tears. Oh, let me tell you something up in here. People say we have the best training program on the planet and train more successful people than anybody on the planet. And you can be the next one. This is your time. This is your moment to turn adversity to your advantage. But you gotta be hungry. You have something special. You got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye for now. I can't believe, you know what? I can't believe it. I came on talking. It didn't have the microphone on. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is what happens when you're 79, okay? Let me take it from the top. I'm looking for 30 people. That's all. This is all I want. And I said coming on, and you would only understand if you could ad lib read lips. I'm having a training and it's for 30 people. Why 30? Because it's intense. If you want to learn how to speak like me, I need to have a session that's up close and personal, that I work with you before a small audience, that we can help you to extract your story, teach you how to tell that story, how to create an experience with the story, how to transform an audience individually and collectively, how to begin to use your talents or your knowledge to grow your business or your multi-level marketing organization, or to promote your skills and your knowledge. Your ability to present and speak, it's your superpower. It's your superpower. When you look at where I started from, and there's no one in the industry that started from where I started from. Nobody. And so when you look at my life, no college training, and my having some advice from an instructor, a teacher, Mr. Leroy Washington. He said, Mr. Brown, develop your mind. You don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Mr. Brown, practice OQP, only quality people. Mr. Brown, develop your communication skills. Listen to me, young man, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Listen, that is so real. And now more than ever, the self-development, self-education industry is $1 billion a day. And in a short time, be $1 trillion a day, because people are looking for ways in which they can reinvent themselves. Over 325 million people are losing their jobs to artificial intelligence. I have a great grandson, went to school to become a CPA, passed the test, working on a corporate job, and they replaced him with ChatGPT. He and 30% of the other staff. And so your ability to present yourself, to create your own business, to create your own job, to be your own business partner or boss is dependent upon your ability to speak with confidence, to create an experience, to sell yourself, your products, your idea, or some movement that you believe in. I've done it all. I mean, I used to be a disc jockey. I used to have a talk show. They paid me $5 million for that. King World had engaged me for that. I used to be a state legislator, passed 14 bills my first term. I used to be a community activist. I've done a variety of things because of my ability to communicate. And so my goal is to live a life that will outlive me. I think that Dr. Miles Monroe was right. There's no success without successors. And so when you look at all the chaos that's going on politically, when you look at all the craziness that's going on in the religious community, we need everyday people who have a message of hope, of peace, of harmony, and love. When you look at what's happening with our children now, it's not enough for us to sit around and say, oh, ain't that awful? You can't feel safe going into a shopping mall or getting into your car or stopping to get gas or going to an ATM. The state of the mind of a community is a reflection of what's going on the inside of that community. There's an African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. And so you might be asking, Les, what can I learn from you? I'm going to teach you how to speak like I do, how to use humor, how to use quotes, how to tell your story, and allow your audience to see themselves in your story. And let me tell you something, that's major. See, a lot of people, because they don't know, if they knew better, they would do better. They're just training people to tell their story. People don't care anything about your story. You don't care what had happened to you. 80% don't care. 20% glad it's you and not them. I would teach you how I was able to tell my story and get paid, compete against people with PhDs and MBAs and get paid to speak for major corporations. And the people that I train, I have my own speakers bureau so that I can take you where I've been. You have my stamp on you. It made a difference when I was endorsed by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, who wrote the book, The Power of Positive Thinking. Best known beats best. It makes a difference when you get the endorsement of somebody that has a large audience and credibility and been around for years, 52 years. I used to think people in their 40s were old. Now that I'm 79, I feel I served at the Lord's Supper. Some of you have been listening to me since you were a little my microphone get muted again? I've been talking. This thing called life. Let me call Tola. I got to find out. Have y'all been hearing me? Tola. They said somebody said I'm accidentally muted myself. I didn't touch the mute button. Well, first of all, can y'all send a message to me? Let me know that you can hear me right now. Wow. I don't know who's this calling me right now. I don't want to talk to him. Let me see over here. Let me do this right now. You have something special. You have greatness in you. One of the things that really inspired me is something I read by Dr. Howard Thurman, who was a mentor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Albert Schweitzer and Mahatma Gandhi. And Dr. Howard Thurman said, the ideal situation for a man or woman to die is to have family members praying with them as they cross over. He said, but imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the ghost of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents, the gifts given to you by life. But you, for whatever reason, you never pursued those dreams. You never used those gifts. We never saw your leadership. We never heard your story. And there they are standing around your bed, looking at you with large, angry eyes, saying, we came to you, and only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever. And the question is, if you died today, what dreams, what talents, what music, what books, what leadership, what ideas, what inventions will die with you? Miles Monroe said, the wealthiest place on the planet is not in the Far East where they have oil in the ground. It's not in South Africa where they have diamond mines. No. He said, the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. There you'll find people who died with their greatness still in them. There you'll find people who had so much potential, talents and skills and knowledge, and they allowed themselves to be distracted by alcoholism, by fear, by drugs, by being around the wrong people. Yeah, Dr. Miles is right. Live full and die empty. And keep in mind, you have to be hungry. You got to be hungry. All right, I got this thing figured out right now. So listen, I'm looking for 30 people. And go to lesbrown.com. You can read information about Speaking with Power and Passion. It's going to be a very intimate group of people that I'm working with. I'm going to teach you how to speak like me, how to tell a story, how to use humor and quotes and statistics, how to move an audience and command standing ovations and be able to get paid very well. Who would have thought, looking at my twin brother and I, come on now, holding sugar cane. Now I'm holding a microphone, and that microphone that I'm holding, that was 37 years ago. My speaking in the Georgia Dome, to 80,000 people. You can see it now. If you go online and put in Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome, 80,000 people. And look here, I still look like that too. 37 years later, you know, they say black don't crack, but it does require some Jerkins hand lotion or some Vaseline. Oh, behave. I love what I do. If you love to laugh, if you love to help people, if you want to do something that you can't wait to wake up in the morning like me, listen to me. Up in here, up in here. I can hook you up, my brother. I can hook you up, boo. Yeah. All right. Call Valerie now. And if the line is busy, call back till you get her. You got to be hungry. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye for now.